There are some potential implications on the TSP G Fund when the US hits its debt ceiling. In this video, we discuss some of those implications and what you need to know as a TSP investor. That's coming up, so stay tuned. Hi, I'm Jerome Harvey with Fedway Financial, and this is the Money Briefing. On this channel, we cover topics related to personal finance, federal benefits, and retirement planning. So if you find this video helpful, please consider sharing and subscribing. If you watch the news or read the headlines, hitting the debt ceiling looks and sounds like a scary situation. There are possible consequences and ramifications for hitting the debt ceiling, but everything is not always as bad as it appears. To start our conversation about the debt ceiling and its impact on the G Fund, let's first discuss why and how debt is created in the United States. The U.S. government uses revenue from taxes and other sources to fund government spending. When that revenue is not sufficient to cover ongoing operations, the government runs a deficit and it has to borrow money to pay its bills. The U.S. has not run an annual surplus since 2001. And it has borrowed to fund government operations every year since that point. The debt ceiling or debt limit is the maximum amount of money that the U.S. Treasury can borrow to help pay its existing bills and obligations, such as Social Security, Medicare, military salaries, as well as tax refunds. It's important to note that raising the debt limit is not about authorizing new spending. Instead, it's about financing prior policy decisions. Once the debt limit is hit, the federal government does not have permission to borrow any additional funds. As a result, it can only spend incoming revenue and any cash on hand. But the U.S. Treasury can take so-called extraordinary measures to continue funding government obligations. One of the extraordinary measures that is available to the Treasury is suspending the reinvestment of Treasury securities held by the Thrift Savings Plan G Fund. Normally, the G Fund reinvests its entire balance daily into special issue Treasury securities that count against the debt limit. Pausing the reinvestments immediately frees up cap space under the debt limit. As of December 31st, 2022, the G Fund balance was approximately $294 billion. When this extraordinary measure is taken, many federal employees and federal retirees have concerns about the safety of their investments in the G Fund. In practical terms, your money remains safe. During the suspension period, G Fund investors, as well as investors that hold the G Fund inside their life cycle funds, remain fully protected, and G Fund earnings are fully guaranteed by the federal government. Additionally, the account balances of the G Fund will continue to accrue earnings and will be updated each business day. Any loans and withdrawals will also be unaffected. Once Congress raises the debt limit, the G Fund is made whole. Can lawmakers refuse to raise the debt limit and possibly put the U.S. at risk of defaulting on its debt? Absolutely, but it's very unlikely. The debt ceiling issue has occurred many other times before, and Congress has always eventually raised the debt limit. Failing to do so can have huge consequences not only on the United States economy, but also on the global economy. So the bottom line is that the U.S. Treasury can suspend reinvestments to the G Fund to buy time against the debt limit. But this maneuver has very little to no impact on TSP investors. If you received any value from this video, please click the like button. You can also subscribe to our channel to get more content like this. Additionally, if you have any comments or questions about the TSP, federal benefits, or retirement planning, you can add them in the comment section below. Or you can email us at ask@fedwayfinancial.com. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next Money Briefing.